Be happy with you. We're a fellowship of comparison addicts. It begins from day one. Children are compared to one another. Who's smarter, more precious? Then comes elementary school. Not so different from the breakdown of our comparisons in later life, interpersonally and politically. Comparing yourself to other people may prevent a bond of common companionship and is a disservice to discovering true worth. Either you'll wind up with the short end of the stick, or, if you put yourself above anybody, you're nowhere. No one is above anybody else. Self-pride must come from merely being you. Pick out an individual you feel jealousy or the green-eyed monster towards. Maybe a colleague your supervisor prefers. Or a cocky, well-off relation. Make this individual your test case prior to you going on to transform these emotions with other people. Act differently. Rehearse dealing with jealousy and the green-eyed monster by heedfully utilizing humility and preventing comparisons, even if the individual irritates you. For example, instead of mechanically bristling or shrinking in your seat when your supervisor praises this colleague, second her great ideas, a collegial reaction. Attempt not to feed into feeling less than. Rather, as an endowed equal, add your own great ideas, not letting their resonance or your shaky self-pride discourage you. Though you've the right to be distressed about your supervisor's favoritism, a modest but positive approach will begin to better things. In this instance and the situation with your prosperous relation, practice the precept, I shall not compare. Switch your mentality to center on what you do have, what makes you satisfied. Let that be the tone of your fundamental interaction. Give to other people what you most want for yourself. If you need your work to be treasured, treasure other people's work. If you need love, give love. If you need a successful profession, help another's profession to flourish. What gets around comes around. Learn from a competitor's favorable points. Get your brain off of what you perceive you lack and towards self-reformation. Transform the green-eyed monster to appreciation, and what you look up to will become part of your life. Wish a competitor well. Even if it's difficult to accomplish this, try. It helps you to turn negativism around to something more favorable. Enlisting these techniques helps you take your eyes off of others and back to yourself. The point is to appraise what you have instead of center on what you're lacking. A huge part of emotional freedom is developing self-compassion instead of beating yourself up. Praise yourself. Gain self-pride from your efforts to deal with the green-eyed monster or positively. Demonstrating humbleness and putting off comparisons lets you build self-pride. It nurtures a loving versus defensive attitude in relationships.